Hey everybody, Nick Knack here on my second channel, Nick Knack Anime, back again for another video. Now as you see on the title down below, this is just gonna be a regular pickups video, showing you all the anime and manga and other stuff that I picked up for these past few months. Well, sort of. Anyway, first off I'd like to say, if I do sound a bit weird, it's because I'm a bit sick. I have a congested nose and my throat's a little sore, but that's besides the point. Anyway, according to what I know of my channel, this is gonna be pickups video number 6 for this channel, and like always when my anime and manga pickups videos, not only is it gonna be anime and manga, but it's also going to be comics, music, movies, cartoons, all that stuff as well. So without further delay, let's get started. And for this pickup video, this one kind of has a theme to it, because all the stuff that I'm going to show in this vid is going to be a whole bunch of stuff I either picked up on the internet or in my local comic book shops. So let's get started. First off, I want to show you guys the music that I picked up, the 2 CDs. The first one is AJ Raphael's Red Roses. Now, surprisingly, I got into AJ Raphael after seeing this video from a channel called Fun Bros Food, in which this guy here, AJ Raphael, talks about all the cool Filipino food, introducing people to it. So I was like, yeah, this is my first time actually getting into him. So after that video, I decided to listen to some of his songs, and I really enjoy his shit. Surprisingly, I think this is quite possibly one of my biggest guilty pleasures in music, because this guy has a style of Jason Mraz, and maybe a little bit of Bruno Mars. But anyway, some of my favorite songs from this album that instantly made me a fan of him include Without You, She Was Mine, and Here Tonight, Emma Watson. But the song that made me an instant fan of him is his song We Could Happen. But anyway, AJ Raphael. If you're a fan of Jason Mraz, as I'm stating again, this is a guy you should definitely check out. And yeah. And the last of the 2 CD pickups is the soundtrack to Tony Hawk's American Wasteland. This too is another guilty pleasure of mine, because according to what I know of the soundtrack, or from what I remember, the soundtrack was most notably known for having all these bands during the Fuse era, such as My Chemical Romance, Rise Against, Taking Back Sunday, bands like those covering songs that are punk classics. So you have stuff like Taking Back Sunday covering The Descendants' Suburban Home. You have Census Fail covering Suicidal Tendencies Institutionalized. You have Rise Against covering Black Flag's Fix Me. My personal favorite song from this album, believe it or not, is a cover by My Chemical Romance, and they cover Astro Zombies by the Misfits. Now hate on My Chemical Romance all you want, but listen to their cover of Astro Zombies, because that shit is surprisingly good. But anyway, that's the main reason why I got the soundtrack, just hearing all these interesting covers. As for the game itself, American Wasteland, I only played a little bit of it, and it's a Tony Hawk game, so that's all I expect. But one more thing, if you ever listen to this album, prepare yourself for hearing Fall Out Boy cover a hardcore punk song by the Gorilla Biscuits called Start Today. Like, man, that shit is kind of whack. No offense to Fall Out Boy, but that song, it just doesn't fit them. But anyway, really decent album. So those were the 2 CDs. Next up, I want to cover all the comics I picked up at comic book shops. First off, here's 3 of them are supposed to be like those little free comic book day preview packs. Anybody who has been to comic shops knows what these are, but anyway, are like these types of comics. Here's All New Young Guns, front and back. Here's a free preview of all new different Avengers. Here's a free preview, and the last one of the free previews, Stephen King, Dark Tower, The Drawing of the Three. And here's back. Haven't unfortunately gotten around to those yet because I'm way too busy with other stuff. On to stuff that I got, like bought with my own money or something like that. Here's Avengers vs. X-Men. 3 out of 6. Now, I read a couple of the comics, or like own a couple of Avengers vs. X-Men, and it was decent. I still need to read the rest of it and collect the rest of it. But I can't wait to get into this and finally read the whole thing. Now, the next 4 comics that I want to show are from the same series. And I'm trying my best to collect comics of this series because I'm a huge fan of it. And that's Silent Mobius. Here's Silent Mobius Catastrophe, Silent Mobius Hell, another Silent Mobius Catastrophe, and Silent Mobius Karma. As I might have stated in past videos, I'm a huge fan of the series, and I definitely want to collect these because I love the series. And yeah, I still can't believe that my local comic shops have these type of Viz one-shot comics, or like these type of comics. Like, I remember reading some of them. Like, I remember seeing a couple of Inuyasha ones. I have a Neon Genesis Evangelion one, and I think I remember reading a couple or seeing some of Battle Angel Alita. But that's besides the point. Next, oh, sorry about that. Next comic I got is this one of Iron Man and Power Fist. Now I really want to get into collecting these. Like, if you don't know what this is supposed to be like a Marvel parody take of Mobb Deep. Like one of the, I think Mobb Deep's first album. And I really want to collect all these hip hop variants. Like, anybody who doesn't know about these types of comics, pretty much Marvel does some sort of parody and puts all these superheroes doing their own parody of some hip hop albums or rap albums. Like, this is Mobb Deep. Other ones they've done are like A$AP Rocky, 50 Cent, De La Soul. I think one of them was called Eric B. and Rakim, NWA. The one that I believe started these types of parodies was Run the Jewels, with either Deadpool and Thanos or Rocket Raccoon and Howard the Duck. And yeah, I've been kind of interested in all those types of parody looking comics because they look really awesome. The next comic I got is Batman Confidential #1. I have Batman Confidentials 2 through 5, still haven't found one up until now. But anyway, Batman Confidential, I really kind of like the series, mainly because the artist of the first 5 comics is Will Portacio, who I'm a fan of. Like, not only did he do these types of comics, but he also was one of the main guys who behind creating Bishop from the X-Men, and he did a couple of Spawn comics. So yeah, found this, had to get it. And the last comic I want to show that I got is this first paperback or first novel of Mortal Kombat X. Unfortunately, I still have not played the games, mainly because I'm still trying to save money to get the complete XL edition, and yeah. But I skimmed through some of this, and this is a really great comic. I definitely had to get that, of course, because I'm a Mortal Kombat fan. So those were all the comics. Last but not least, I want to show is all the anime, movies, and cartoons, and DVDs and Blu-rays I got. The first one is a series based off a video game, and that's Earthworm Jim, the complete series. I remember hearing the theme song to this, the cartoon of this, and I liked it. And on top of that, I freaking love the first Earthworm Jim game. So when Amazon finally had this on sale or on release, I definitely had to pick it up. I saw some of the first few episodes via the internet, and I really enjoyed it. So yeah, can't wait to watch that when I have the time. The next thing I got is Blood Plus, Part 2. I remember my sister being a big Blood Plus fan back then, and she asked our dad for the first one of these. So when I found the second one of this for a good price, I definitely had to snag it. I unfortunately haven't watched all of Blood Plus yet, so now that I have this as well as the first one back there, I'm definitely gonna start watching the series most likely. The next 3 things are some stuff I've picked up on Funimation. I bought all 3 of these with a $25 gift card from Funimation, as well as I believe, some of my own money, and I definitely had to get some of these. First is Tales of Vesperia, The First Strike. Unfortunately, I haven't played Tales of Vesperia yet, but I want to get this because it's supposed to be a prequel to it. I'm somewhat getting new into Tales, and I enjoy it, like the Tales series. And any anime based off a video game, most likely I'm gonna hop on it. The next anime I got from there is The Galaxy Railways, the complete series. I got this because it's created by the guy who made Interstellar 5555, Captain Harlock, and Galaxy Express 39. I'm a fan of those series, well, most notably Galaxy Express and Interstellar. Still need to watch Harlock, but considering he has his name on this, and of course it has the style, I definitely had to get this. If I'm not mistaken, I think the series takes place during the time of Galaxy Express 39. So I can't wait to watch this because I loved all of Galaxy Express. and it was quite possibly one of the most depressing animes I've ever seen. And the last of the pickups for this video that I got from Funimation is the complete series of Samurai Champloo. This, along with Galaxy Railways, were on DVD, and Vesperia First Strike is that Blu-ray DVD combo. I don't really care about the types. I'm more of a DVD guy just for the cheapness. But anyway, Samurai Champloo. What else is there to say about this anime other than it's a freaking awesome anime? Great characters, the setting is awesome, and of course, the music, top notch. Mostly, anybody who is into anime, obviously I'm assuming has already seen this, so I can't say much more. So these are all of my pickups for this current video. And that's all I have to say. As always, I want to thank you guys for watching. Take it easy. And until next video,